a beautiful green and gold box. That is currently housing all of the nail polishes that I'm going to use in this video. My partner and I got it at a reduced price at a shop across the street, so it's a little imperfect, but I really like it anyway. So when you open it up, it has a gold chain that holds it in place. And what's really neat about it is that there's actually a mirror at the bottom that I would show to you, but if I lean this thing over, all the nail polishes will just kind of rumble around, make a lot of noise. So I have this OPI. It's in a kind of like natural color. So I'm going to be using that one, and for those nails I'm going to use a matte coat from OPI as well, which looks like it's getting empty. I'm just realizing. This stuff has a very interesting formulation. I really like how the bottle is matte also. It's really cool. Then I have this Sally Hansen Miracle Gel, and it's a shimmery gold color. This is the No Light gel, so it doesn't require ultraviolet light to dry or cure. Next I have this Formula X. Which is a Sephora brand, I believe. In the shade Euphoria. And I got this at the same shop that we got this box for $2. So it's a pretty good deal. And this actually comes off. It's a pretty cool bottle. And lastly, I have the best top coat known to man. I don't know how to pronounce it, but Seche cliche. I'm just gonna embarrass myself. But I love this top coat. It's perfect. It dries in a minute. And I got it on Amazon for, I think, $5 or $6. So you just have to buy it, really. The only bad thing, I guess, about it is that it does have a pretty large amount of toluene, which you can certainly smell when you open the bottle. But that's okay. It's worth it. It's worth the stink. It's important, though, for people who work in nail salons to not be exposed to that, because they work with it all day. But for me, I'll be fine. So I'm gonna get this out the way. Okay, so as you can probably see, my nails are a little rough. Let me zoom in here. I do a lot of dishes, and I don't always think to put my rubber gloves on. So they're chipping away. My partner and I also just bought a new dresser and nightstands, so we've been doing a lot of unboxing and moving around. And my nails don't like that. Thank goodness none of them broke. They're just very chipped. But I can work with that. So I'm going to use a non-acetone nail polish remover, which I just started using instead of acetone. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't done my research yet. But I'm assuming this should dry my nails out a little less and make them less prone to break. Although there's a chance that this is just as trying, but in a different way. Dimethyl glutarate, dimethyl adipate, fragrance. Just a bunch of mumbo jumbo. But yeah, so this one doesn't work as well as an acetone. But I'm just trying it out to see if maybe it lessens the breakage, because my nails break a lot. I have pretty weak nails. I don't know why. I don't have any deficiencies that I know of. So all I can do is just keep painting them and be careful with them, of course. And this is Equate brand. I'm pretty sure they are the cheapest brand, or one of the cheapest that you can get at like Walmart or wherever. And to remove the nail polish, I use Whispers cotton rounds. You can see the color is kind of coming off at the top. And that's because when I'm removing my nail polish, a lot of the times what happens is I'll have the remover on my fingers, and then I go to grab another cotton round, and it removes the color from the top and gets all over my hands. I have purple all over my fingers. And for the longest time, I had no idea what was happening. I didn't understand why I randomly had a bunch of purple on my fingers. It's so funny. Patterns may vary. Perfect for all your cosmetic needs. Yeah, so I also will sometimes use these for astringents or toners on my face. Not all the time, but every once in a while. In there, not anymore. So yeah, let's take one of these out. Okay. So, when I was in undergrad, I did some analytical research about nail polish and nail polish remover. We had a project in my instrumental lab we would pick an instrument, an analytical instrument, and do whatever kind of analysis we wanted. So I picked, I'm just moving these nail polishes out the way a little bit of the shot. Anyways, I picked GCMS, which stands for gas chromatography mass spectrometry, and that's like a coupled instrument. They operate in tandem. So basically what I did was made some preparations from a bunch of different nail polishes and used the instrument, the GCMS, to figure out if there were trace amounts of toluene in them, because I had read online that since a lot of these products are made in the same factory, sometimes they'll have trace amounts of toluene and maybe formaldehyde and other things like that. But I decided to do toluene specifically because I knew we had toluene as standard, like in the lab, and because I didn't want to have to work with formaldehyde. Because if you've ever smelled formaldehyde, it's not very pleasant. And I didn't want to have to be in lab for hours. Sorry, I just picked up my hand, so I'm not shaking the camera anymore. But yeah, I didn't want to have to be in lab for hours making standards out of one of the smelliest chemicals ever. But yeah, so I tested a bunch of different nail polishes, and none of them had toluene in them, which my instructor at the time said that was totally okay, because that's the purpose of trace analysis, is to see if there are trace amounts, not necessarily to quantify them. So that's what I did, and there was none, and I said, hey, there was none. And he said, well, why don't you do spike analysis, which is like putting, like, so I would have put some toluene in there. I don't really know. It's a way of double checking, I guess. So I did that, stayed a few extra days, did spike analysis, came back and said, hey, there's still no toluene. At this point, all of my classmates were all done with their research, except for me. And my instructor, surprise, surprise, said, well, since you didn't find any toluene, I'd like for you to quantify something. So I said, okay, I'll quantify glycerin in all the same samples. So I had to make glycerin standards. which took me, you know, another hour. But I had to keep coming back to run my samples. Long story short, I did 2 projects basically. Even though he said it would be okay if I didn't find any toluene the first time around. But now I'm really good at using the GCMS. So, guess I have that. And we had an auto sampler, which is like you basically put your samples in the little spaces, and then you just click a button on the computer and it just does it for you. Sample 1, sample 2, sample 3. So you could just stick 20 files in there, click start, and go home and come get your results the next day. So that was pretty cool. I really like analytical chemistry. I'm babbling. This is taking a while, so I figured I'd fill the silence. But yeah, for the nail polish samples, I centrifuged them, which is when you spin it really fast, and all the solid particles in the suspension, you know, they sink from gravity, or they go to the bottom. So that's your pellet, and then the liquid is your supernatant. And I was testing for my analyte, which was toluene, in the supernatant, because I knew the pellet was just, you know, pigment, big pieces. So yeah, that was fun. I think I'm just going to fast forward to when all my nail polish is off, because the glittery one might take me a little longer. And I'm also going to come back when my nails are already filed, because I don't think that will sound all that great. So I'll spare your ears, and then I'll come back and I'll be ready to paint. Okay, so I'm back. They're all bare and filed and ready for polish. I've been trying to square them out more, which I know it's not perfect, but I'm just trying something new, because I usually go for the classic. I don't know the name of it, but it's like kind of a half square, half oval, squircle dealio. But yeah, this is something that I bought quite recently. I'm not going to use it now, but I really like the sounds of the box. It's Sally Hansen Instant Cuticle Remover. It says eliminates excess cuticles in 15 seconds, which is very impressive. Maximum strength, ultra fast cuticle remover. and callus softening gel. I didn't know you could use this for calluses. Although I don't really know why you'd want to soften your calluses. Most people who have them for a reason. Especially guitar players. Those strings can be pretty painful on the fingers if you don't have calluses. But this was something that I'd been wanting to buy because they're not too bad now. But I just kind of chipped away at them with whatever I could find. But now I have this for whenever I need it. It's water, potassium hydrochloride, no hydroxide, sorry, butylene glycol, tetrasodium EDTA, lots of fun stuff. You can't be afraid of chemicals if you're using a cuticle remover. Because it literally dissolves your skin. Sometimes you need that nail real estate. America's #1 nail brand. Okay, so I'm gonna start painting now. Let's put that over there. If you didn't already know, they put little metal balls in here, which that's what you hear when you shake it, to assist with mixing it up. Because it is a suspension, it's not a homogeneous mixture, which is why a lot of the times when you pick up a nail polish that hasn't been used in a while, you can see the separation of the solvent and the pigment. This shade is Creme de la Kremlin. I have no idea what that means. I don't have a whole lot of OPI. I think it's not expensive, but it's also not cheap. Like, it's just kind of in the middle. I don't really buy a whole lot of nail polish. This is a 2-coat polish. We'll see. So when I do my thumb, I have to really glob it on. Oh yeah, that's not very opaque. Okay. I'm shaking a little bit. I'm drinking coffee at the moment, but I just naturally shake. I'm always shaking. So I think what I'm gonna do is put this color on my thumb, index, and pinky fingers, and I'll put the shimmery shades on my 2 middle fingers, my ring finger, and my middle finger. Okay. And then I'm going to do this hand. I first started getting interested in growing my nails out when I started watching Simply Nail Logical on YouTube, Christine. And I found that having long nails just gives me a lot of confidence, especially since I find I have pretty short fingers. So having long nails makes me feel like my fingers are a little bit longer and more, I don't know, dainty, I guess. It's just kind of a confidence booster. Very focused. Okay. And I'm gonna make these nails. I don't know, should I make them matte? Yes, I will. I'm gonna stick to my original plan. So, in order for the matte nail polish to work, you have to use a clear top coat first. At least I know for this one you have to. So I'm getting it ready, because with that top coat you're supposed to put it on when the nail polish is still wet. So I'm going to go ahead and put on a second coat of the OPI lacquer. I find the matte polish very interesting, like how it works. I believe, well, because I've centrifuged it separates into the clear solvent and everything else, and the pellet is like this transparent sandy stuff that's suspended in the mixture, and I believe that stuff just kind of sits on your nail and gives it a texture that absorbs light. or something along those lines. So it doesn't shimmer. It's pretty neat. Just trying to make sure it's opaque because I don't want to have to do a third coat because I don't think I need to really. It's quite difficult to do this with a camera in front of me, but I think I'm doing okay. I somehow simultaneously have very shaky hands and very steady hands. I don't know if anyone can relate to this because I do shake a lot, but I make it work. Maybe I'm just really good at compensating for my shakiness. Looks pretty good. Okay. So now I'm going to take a sip of my coffee and then put on the glossy taco, as Christine would say. Okay, so here's my trusty glossy taco, the miracle top coat. And you really have to glob this stuff on to make like a bead. That's what it says in the instructions. And I'm gonna wrap it on the top. It's important to wrap your nails with polish. So, it doesn't what's the word? It doesn't chip as easy. Or it shouldn't. It protects the tip of your nail is what I'm trying to say. So I usually wrap my nails with this taco because it's the thickest thing. See, like I'm shaking a lot. I think my left hand shakes more for some reason. I don't know. I put a little excess on that one, but I got it off. But yeah, I really like doing my nails. It's not always like, I don't get too creative with them. Like, I don't do nail art or anything like that. I feel like I don't really have the patience for it. Meaning that I can't just sit still and work with nail polish like that. I just like having them painted at all times. And I like growing them. Wrap that one. Nice. And my pinky. Oops, not the camera. My bad. Okay. And then after these are dry, which shouldn't take too long, they when you use this top coat, it's like it dries to the point that you can touch it, but because there's still, there's still two coats of nail polish underneath it, so it's a little, what you call it? Kind of like you can press it. So I try to avoid doing this right before I go to sleep, because if I end up laying on my hand or something, it can really mess it up. But I think I'm actually going to go ahead and start doing the glittery ones now, instead of just sitting and waiting for that to set. So I'm going to put this one on my middle finger. Or should I put it on my ring finger? It doesn't really matter. It's all gonna look the same. This one doesn't make a whole lot of rattling noise. I'm gonna put it on my middle finger. I love the brushes in these. I like how flat they are. Makes application a whole lot easier. Gonna tap with my 2 nails that don't have polish on them. Okay. I swear I'm not like anxious or anything, I'm just shaking. It's like from the strain of my muscle, I think, from holding it in this position. I'm okay, you guys. See, look how steady my right hand is. Ooh. The middle fingers are a little rough. That's okay. I'm not aiming for perfection. I'm gonna need to put another coat on that one, but in the meantime, so I don't end up globbing anymore, this is that Formula X. I love that. It's so cool. Let me shake it. Okay. Ah, there we go. It's a little tight. Okay, I'm gonna put my hand down so it doesn't shake as much. I learned my lesson. Ooh, that's very pretty. That's very pretty. It'll need another coat, but that's okay. I don't usually expect these shimmery polishes to be very opaque, so. This shade kind of makes me think of like Christmas or something. All right. And my left middle finger is so rough. But let's see if we can salvage the right hand. Okay. And now I'm going to put a second coat of this burgundy shimmer on my ring finger to really give it that extra pop. It needs a little bit more here. That is so pretty. Like, that is so pretty. Can you see? I love that. It's a little messy, but that's okay. I really like that a lot. $2, you guys. Coffee is more expensive than this nail polish. At least where I got it from. I don't know how much the regular price is. I don't know why they were, I guess they were just surplus or something, because that's kind of the store. It's called Tuesday Morning. I don't know if it's like nationwide or whatever. But I love going there, especially for like decorations, home decor. See, you can touch, but you can't press. So now I'm gonna put this glossy taco on the shimmery ones. Let me make sure I have a bead. Nope, more. More. Oh, less. Okay. You just gotta find that happy medium when it comes to this stuff. And bead. That's a lot. But if you don't put enough, it'll just move your nail polish around, which you really don't want when you're applying it onto wet polish. You don't want to just move your nail polish around. This stuff smells crazy. I think there are a collection of chemicals that aren't really discouraged in nail polish, like I mentioned earlier, for nail professionals, because this is okay. Toluene is okay to, you know, breathe for a little bit of time like I just did, you know, but there are certain levels of extended exposure that can lead to a lot of issues, probably respiratory issues. So yeah, and toluene is one of those, and I believe formaldehyde is another one, but I don't know of any nail polishes that have formaldehyde in them. So okay, so I think now I should be able to add this matte top coat onto the plain nails, so not the shimmery ones. Last time I used this, I had some really weird things happen. But I think it's because I was using hot air to dry it. And what happened was I put the matte top coat on and then tried to dry it with hot air, and my nail just turned white. It's very weird. It must have been some type of change that the heat caused in the formulation. It's very interesting. So this time I will not use heat. Okay. Let's see. And I usually put 2 coats of this stuff on. I don't know how well it's gonna work. Come on. Just waiting for it to mattify. Oh, there it goes. It's getting there. Isn't that neat? I definitely want it to be matter. Oh, it's getting matter. That's so cool. Yeah, so not adding any kind of hot air or anything, just letting it sit. Oh wow, that one did really good actually. I like to watch it turn matte. It's so neat. And the right hand. Do the pinky first. I really love that burgundy sparkle, man. That's so cool. I'm gonna use that a lot. I think I want to do like my whole hand with that color. Honestly. It's been so long since I've just done one color on all my nails. I'm digging the accent nail thing. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go back and add one more coat of matte, and I'll finish up the video. Okay guys, so that's gonna end this video. I hope it was relaxing. I really love doing my nails. I think it's relaxing. It's like just a little bit of me time. And I appreciate you guys watching and subscribing. I hope you have a great day, / night, / morning. And I'll see you guys next time.